Hey, what's up? Welcome to the Linecheck podcast. Today I'm in the studio with Catherine Tolentino of Gemmae Bake Shop. How's it going?
It's going well. How are you?
Good. It's been a nice Sunday today.
Hmm.
Just like hanging out at the house. First like free weekend with no like backyard events or pop-ups or nothing like that or got to go to work. So it's been nice. How's your day today?
My day was good. Was a pretty busy day at the bakery. Usually the weekends are busy for us, so spent the day kind of just handling business there, and now we're here.
Yeah, so you said it's been busy because of Filipino American History Month.
Yeah, so with Filipino American History Month, a lot of people are, kind of trying to find Filipino restaurants, and so a lot of new people have been coming to the store and seeking out Filipino food. So it's been nice to kind of share our culture with them.
Yeah, that's so awesome. If you guys don't know, Jamay Bake Shop is located in the Wrigley area of Long Beach. It's been there for 30 years now, correct?
Yep, 30 years this month.
I used to go there since literally I was probably born. So I was born in 91. And my grandma, Lola, she would go there all the time too because we grew up in the Wrigley area. So that was like the main staple for me and my family, especially during like family parties, get a giant tray of lumpia and pancit. And literally I grew up on Jamaica Bake Shop's lumpia.
Was it Lola Eden?
Yeah, that's
Oh,
my
we
grandma.
love
Yeah,
Lola Eden.
yeah.
She's the
And
sweetest.
she's friends with Catherine's mom.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's kind of cool because my mom sort of knows everybody's like parents and grandparents, and because they would all come to the store and buy food back in the day. And now that I'm running the store, all of their kids and grandkids are coming in, and it's like this really cool full circle moment.
Yeah, it's super cool. It's like we're all like cousins or something.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Extended
We all
family.
grew up
Yeah,
together.
exactly. You just didn't know. Yeah. Yeah, so why don't you tell us a little bit about the history of Jamae? Like how did Jamae start? Because I know it started originally in the Philippines in Manila.
Right. So it actually started in Bacoor, Cavite, which
Hmm.
is a little bit outside of Manila. But my mom started the business back in 1979. She grew it to about 13 locations. And in 1990, decided to move to the States. So she sold most of her stores, except for a couple. And in 1993, opened our Long Beach location. Fast forward like 23 years later, um, my mom, it's like 2016, and my mom is like, she sits down me and my brothers, and she's like, um, I'd like to retire in the next few years. Like, I built this business for you guys, so if you guys want to take over, it's yours. And there's always been like a small part of me um, that's felt like I was meant to be there,
Hmm.
So I knew that I wanted to take over, but at the time I really wasn't ready, and I was like scared. So it took a long time for me to really commit, and it took a lot of conversations with my mom. But 2016, I took over the store.
Hmm. So cool. So what tools did you need to know that you're ready? Like were you already going to like school for like business or like hospitality or like baking or stuff like that?
Yeah, so I ended up enrolling in a baking and pastry arts program. So that was about 2 years, and that really helped give me the confidence to be in our kitchen.
Hmm.
I mean, growing up, I loved being in our bakery and I loved helping out. But, I didn't really know what I was doing and I felt unprepared. So going to the baking and pastry arts school really helped me gain more confidence, even though they didn't really teach us like, traditional Filipino
Hmm.
baking. It still really helped because I was learning baker's math and other kind of principles that are applicable in our
Hmm.
kitchen.
Yeah, just like a little bit of like ease the
Yeah,
steps.
baking
Yeah,
science.
exactly.
Yeah,
Like the steps you need to like yeah, and like how you got to run like a bake shop, you know what I mean?
right,
Yeah.
right.
And so also to help you like guide other people in the kitchen or
Yes.
if like because you want to know what they know, because most of your employees have been there for
Oh
like
yeah, for a
since
long time.
forever.
For a
Yeah.
really long
Yeah.
time. Yeah, I think a lot of our employees have been with us for 10 years or more.
Hmm. Wow.
So,
Where did the name Gemmae come from? Is it your mom's name or is it?
it is actually it's her zodiac sign and her birth month put together. So she's a Gemini born in May,
Uh-huh.
and she kind of just came up with it because she wanted a name that was unique and that people would ask questions about.
Hmm.
And I, it really worked because I get that question almost every day.
Hmm.
Yeah, every day somebody asks, "What does the name mean? Who is Jamae? Who came up with it?" A lot of people mispronounce it.
Hmm. I mean, I feel like your mom is like ahead of the curve then, with the whole like
Yeah.
everyone's super into their zodiac signs right now,
Yes.
or just like have been for
Yeah.
forever. But like,
Guess so.
yeah, like if you made like a logo that looks like the Gemini sign, like, and
Maybe
then that'd be like then people are like, oh, I get it now,
that could be a
Gemma. Yeah,
rebranding.
rebranding exactly. Then everyone would be like, whoa, this is so cool.
Yeah.
Never thought about that. But your mom thought about 1979. That's so cool. So how does it feel to be kind of like, I mean, from my point of view, Jamai's has been like a pioneer in like Filipino food for Long
Thanks.
Beach and the area,
Hmm.
just because it's what I grew up with, and I don't remember going to really any other Filipino establishment
Hmm.
since I was like little, except for Jamai's. Probably only just like Zarek, what's the name of the market over there? Yeah,
Tambuli.
Tumbuli. Like going like Tambuli and then the other like shops around there.
Hmm.
But it's always seemed like Jamai's was kind of like the staple.
Hmm.
And I feel like you guys were like the pioneers of Filipino food in Long Beach.
Thanks. Thank you.
So I was wondering how like maybe you don't feel the same, but how does it feel to like represent Filipino food in Long Beach in that sort of sense?
I mean, um, it's really overwhelming. To hear you say that our business is like a pioneer of
Hmm.
Filipino food that means so much. And I mean, all that credit goes to my mom and the people who were working with her to build
Hmm.
our business for decades. Um, but to be honest with you, I don't think she really set out to like be a pioneer.
Hmm.
She was really just trying to survive and put food on the table and put her kids through school. And she did it just doing what she knew best,
Hmm.
which was, baking and cooking. And so she always really focused on quality. And, we really try to still emphasize that today. But I don't know. We're grateful, we like for 30 years to get through 30 years is
It's
that's an
huge.
amazing accomplishment.
And that plaza has like seen so many different phases
Yeah.
of establishments
Oh
in that
yeah.
area.
Hmm.
And
So much change.
yeah, a lot of change. Yeah, and then there's always been like, I don't know, a lot of Filipinos in that area too. My grandma we'd take Easy Street,
Hmm.
take the bus there and then
Yeah.
drop off and then go get like walk to Jamai's and get something, and then walk to the other place and get something.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's just cool to see that you guys have been there for such a long time, and you guys are now getting like so much recognition, like especially with social media these
Hmm.
days. It's a little bit different compared to like 30 years ago. I don't like maybe you're on the news. You guys were in the newspaper, maybe
Yeah.
like
It's
yeah,
way different now with
yeah.
social media. It's changed like everything.
Hmm.
Um, there are so many more like people who are discovering us, people that back in the day we probably wouldn't have been able to reach,
Hmm.
and so that's been really cool. It's really just given us the opportunity to connect with more people and to teach more people and share our culture with more people.
Hmm. Yeah, it's super rad to like see the growth,
Hmm.
because it definitely didn't seem like that for me
Uh-huh.
or like my family, like just going there, like we'd only see like Filipinos
Yeah.
in the shop and just like the locals, and then now it's like all different kinds of people, and like
Yeah.
people are going like, oh, this is the best place to get lumpia, like on Instagram, And it's like, wow, I've been going there for such a long time. That's so cool. These random people are going there now. It's just
Hmm.
like, it's just sharing the culture with everybody now.
Yeah.
It's
The
like
more people
super
who
cool.
find out about lumpia, the better.
Yeah, it's and maybe like maybe it's a bad thing and a good thing because you'll probably eat like a whole tray of like 50 pieces, and then you won't regret it though after it. Trust
No,
me. Yeah,
no,
no
you'll
one
never regret
regrets
that.
it. Yeah, like I think every time you go to a Filipino party and there's a giant tray of lumpia, you go there first when before they even like foils off because you know it's gonna be gone if you when you come back.
Yeah,
So you got to get on that first. So if anyone ever goes to a
that's
Filipino
true.
party, go to the
Go
lumpia
to the lumpia.
first,
Go for the lumpia
or else
first.
it's gone and you're gonna be
Exactly.
sad and you're gonna miss out.
True. Truer words have never been spoken.
So like, where do you see Gemmae's? I mean, you guys have been around for 30 years, so I say like in 5 years is kind of like a like a weird
um,
understatement.
I mean, it's kind of hard to say. Like, we definitely have
Mhm.
plans and ambitions and a direction for where we want to take the
Mhm.
store and how we want to grow our business. But if the last couple of years have taught me anything, it's like business is not guaranteed,
Mhm.
and something could happen that could totally like screw up all your plans. So it's really taught me to just simplify my goals, and it's really made clear to me what is most important, and that's just putting out good food, being able to provide for my family and our staff and their family, and just serving our community.
Mhm. Um, what does Filipino American History Month mean to you? Since we're in it right now.
I think it's an opportunity to learn and to connect with our roots. I think it's a chance for us to celebrate how far we've come and the contributions we've made to our community, whether it's on a large scale or a
Hmm.
small scale.
Yeah. Yeah. I looked up Filipino American History Month, and it actually started 31 years ago in
Oh, did it?
October. So like the year you guys came to Long Beach, the year before.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's kind of cool to like
Since
see that growth. And I mean, I didn't know Filipino American History Month was around that long.
I
Like I
didn't know
feel like
that
it. I feel
either.
like it just started like 3 years ago. You know, every
Yeah.
like there's like, oh, it's Burger Week or
Mhm.
whatever, Burger
Mhm.
Month. So I thought it was like kind of like on that
I
trend
think it's just
thing. You know what I
social
mean?
media,
Yeah.
the word spreads
Yeah,
faster.
exactly. So I thought that was really cool to like, even though like it started 31 years ago and your shop was established 30 years
Mhm.
ago in Long Beach, that kind of to me coincides with each other as like being Filipino American
Yeah.
and as me as being Filipino American as well. It's very nice and humble
Mm.
to see it. So are you familiar with In the Weeds?
Loosely
So In
familiar
the
with it.
Weeds is it doesn't have to be necessarily like in the kitchen, or it can be just like in general, like your own self,
Hmm.
just being behind in a task or in a very stressful moment in your life,
Hmm.
and usually referring to as working in a restaurant.
Hmm. Um, have I ever experienced being in the weeds?
Yeah,
Like all the time.
all the time. Can you tell us your favorite or most
Sure.
memorable one or recent?
Um, yeah, I mean, it wasn't recent, but I feel like it happens pretty often, especially with a growing business.
Hmm.
But there was one holiday where I think it may have been like maybe 4 or 5 years ago, where we were just inundated with last minute lumpia orders. And I think we had just started like our online ordering system. And so we couldn't quite figure out how to pause it. So we were just, getting order after order of lumpias. And at the time, we had a much smaller fryer. So we were so behind on orders.
Hmm.
And it was like, I think it was Thanksgiving Day. So people were coming in, their orders were like an hour late.
Hmm.
And there was nothing we could do. You know what I mean? Like we didn't have any other fryers.
Can
Like,
you explain to the audience like how many lumpias per order?
sure. So we sell our lumpia. We sell our lumpias in multiples of 25, but people during the holidays usually order them by the hundreds. And so I think back then in our fryer, our capacity was like maybe like 2,000 lupia per hour. And we were just way, way behind on orders. I mean, people were waiting like an hour for their orders, and there was nothing we can do about
Yeah.
it because we didn't have any other fryers. All of our fryers were going. And I just had to stand there and apologize profusely to everybody about it being late. And for the most part, everybody was very understanding. But, people were also very
Yeah.
upset because they had holiday parties and
Yeah.
stuff to get to. And that's very understandable. But that definitely taught us a lesson. And that was just a growing pain that we had to go through. We invested in bigger and better equipment. I definitely learned how to use our online
Yeah.
system much better. And we've avoided that problem since.
Yeah. No one likes that.
Yeah,
Have you
no.
watched The Bear?
Yes,
And
obsessed with the
that
bear.
was the first season at like one of the last episodes, and the online ordering
Yeah,
system
the
was
online
just like
fiasco.
this kept coming. It's like,
I know how that feels.
yeah, that's exactly what happened. Just
Yeah.
rolling lumpias and frying. Yeah, if anyone's not familiar with lumpia is, it is a Filipino egg roll with like minced pork and egg and like carrots and celery and onion and fish sauce. And is there anything else in there?
I think that's it.
With
Just
the egg
like
roll wrapper and then
spices.
fried
Everybody
and
has their own
spices. Yeah.
kind of,
And then you dip it
mix.
with sweet and sour sauce. It's very good. Yeah, so that sounds horrible. I'm
Yeah,
glad you guys got through it.
me too.
So like moving forward, is there anything like different you guys would have in Gemmae's, like food wise, or are you guys R&Ding anything that you guys don't usually do?
Yeah, I mean, we always sort of test recipes. I would say every month we test maybe 4 or 5 recipes across different departments. So across our bakery and for prepared food, and usually we'll do sort of a mix of super traditional stuff and kind of more fusion things. So my favorite lately has been kind of more the very traditional things. Usually there's a story behind it. So like I'll ask my mom about, a certain memory or a certain dish that she remembers from back in the day. And we'll sort of talk about, the story behind it and why she loved it so much. And those have been my favorites so far to kind of test out and recreate and offer at our store.
That's cool. Yeah, so for Filipino American History Month, it's a lot of words. At our restaurant, Lasita, where I work at, we're thinking of a dish to put on as a special that has like some kind of memory or like symbolic meaning to it. And I was thinking about I always butcher the name, but it's my grandma's like favorite breakfast. Zarek, do you know? It's the one with the shrimp and has bitter melon and egg. Do you know?
I know what you're
Oh,
talking
okay.
about.
The ampalaya.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Ampayala. I said it wrong, even though you just said it.
Still said it.
Yeah, my grandma gets so mad at me when she's like, "Grandma, do you want Ampayala?" I was like, "Not Ampayala."
She's
and
like, I don't want that.
Yeah,
whatever
laughs
that
at
is.
me like cackling. I can't pronounce it right.
You guys actually like bitter melon?
No, I don't like bitter melon at
I,
all.
I try. I'd rather eat balut than
Really?
Yeah, I can't do bitter
That's a
melon.
statement.
Yeah, I mean,
I used to not like it, but have grown to like it.
yeah, I think it just depends on who's cooking it.
Yeah.
It's definitely it's an acquired taste, but I plan on cooking it really good. So I don't even know what the special is gonna be. I just like want to do it and then make it something. I don't know. Don't even know what's gonna happen with that. But yeah, it's always fun to like pick out dishes that like you have like a memory from when you like ate a lot when you're younger. Your mom cooked it for you, and you kind of don't remember the name of it, but you just remember the taste of it.
Yeah.
And you're like, what was that dish that you made, Grandma? She's like, it had this, and like it takes her a while to figure it out because my grandma's like 89 now, right? She's 89, 87. 86. Whoa, I'm way off. I'm a horrible grandson.
Terrible grandson.
Yeah. But anyways, if you guys scroll on Linecheck and go all the way down to the beginning of it before we started podcast, we actually we wanted to do like a food blog, like where we go to locations in Long Beach and kind of like film the atmosphere and the people that work there and like showcase not just the food but everything else about the space. And Gemmae was actually one of our first locations.
Yeah, we were on Linecheck 1.0.
Yeah. And yeah, it was before we decided to do a podcast. So that was one of the first places we went to. So if you guys scroll down on Instagram, you'll find that video. We'll probably repost it soon when this episode comes out. But yeah, it's been good to have you on the podcast because it just, my culture means a lot to me. And I was very Americanized kind of growing up, but I had those like roots from being with my grandma a lot and like learning about Filipino culture and then going to the Philippines a couple of times. And to have someone like you on the podcast is really cool because you're, like I said, to me, Gemmae is pioneer of Filipino food in Long Beach.
Thanks, Brennan.
And everyone should definitely go there because it's good. Just don't order 1,000 lumpia on Thanksgiving.
No, give us a little bit of an advance notice.
Yeah,
we can knock it out. We need some time.
So that's it, and that's your line check for today. And everybody, go Gemmae's. Okay, bye.